Tengen World Cup Soccer from 1993 for the Game Gear. It's our first foray onto the Game Gear. I'm not expecting much, I gotta be honest. But with that said, Konami Soccer was a pleasant surprise. And that has this game beat by about 8 years. Oh, okay, actually, you know what? The sprites don't look too bad. I have a very limited history with the Game Gear. I didn't have one. My uncle had one. And I would go around his and I would play it. But, you know, we were very limited in terms of the games that he had. Like, you know, there was Columns, there was Sonic 2, which I never got past the first level because that level was a fucking nightmare. That was kind of it, really. And also the batteries, like the amount of batteries that thing took and drained very quickly was just ridiculous. So most of my history with the Game Gear has been through emulation, but to be honest, the Game Gear is not exactly stacked with a bunch of like must-have titles to play. You know, like with the Game Boy, I can go play 6 Golden Coins tomorrow, no questions asked. With the Game Gear, I like Columns, but I might as well just go play the Mega Drive version because it's, you know, better quality. I did actually the one Game Gear game. I think it was on Game Gear. Correct me if I'm wrong. But there's a platforming game for the Mega Drive called Toki, which was like an old Mega Drive game that I used to play and played a lot when I was a kid. And I think it was the Game Gear had a port of it that I went and played, and it is basically unplayable. And I feel like that's a lot of the cases that you get with the Game Gear. And look, it obviously has its limitations. That can't be helped. But look, this is World Cup Soccer. We're going with fresh eyes, with an open mind. Just hope for the best. I do like that this is our intro. That's what we have to work with. Fuck me. Okay. What are the configurations on a game like this? We do have gain level. We have sound. Oh, sound mode. Okay. Game time 45. Okay. Now, I've never seen, because usually, like with football games, it's like, hey, do you want 2 minutes of football, 4 minutes, 5 minutes? I've never seen it done where I guess the game speed is like you determine how quick the time goes. Like, could you actually do like 45 minutes per half? Not really sure I want to do that. I'll put it to 30 and I'll do fast and we'll see what that gives us. But I'm kind of dealing... That kind of puts you in a place where you're dealing with an unknown quantity in terms of how long a half actually is. But, you know, we'll see, I guess. Wait, you can just watch? Hang on, hold the phone, hold the phone. Ah, there's no way I can go back, is there? No. Alright, I guess I'm Algeria now. Never mind. Algeria and Scotland. Fuck it. Algeria probably playing like green or red, I guess. Scotland naturally playing hot pink. Did they take like a picture of a referee, like went to a match day and took a picture of a referee with a fucking Game Boy camera, and then printed that out, then scanned it? Because what is this, man? Oh, we've got like actual players. There's just a wall of numbers to me, so my brain cannot register any of that. But what, we can change positions. I'm not. No. This is... I'm guessing exit is start because there's no other way to confirm. Not what I would use as my determined word for start the match. But hey, here we are. Okay, it did work. Game Gear was what, a 2-button config, I think. I will say, this soundtrack is banging. This is basically a Mega Man song. I can't throw the ball for shit, apparently. This is no way true to real form. Like, Scotland would never have this much possession. Oh boy, this is frustrating. Basically, I can't keep the ball. You know, the players are... The AI is right on my tail. And I'm too slow to, like, try and kind of outrun them. And I can't just, like, pass to my teammates right there. Like, I'm tapping to throw the ball, and it's just hoofing it out straight to them. So I can't... Yeah, I'm feeling frustration as well, mate. Ah, fuck. Alright, we got one shot on target. Man, the AI just does not fuck about. This could be a bloodbath. Is that maybe not the pass button? Maybe I'm hoofing it. Well, the B button doesn't do anything. If I can get the ball again, I'll try B and... or if that's the equivalent here. No, it doesn't do anything. Ah, because it's not that button. Oh, okay. But to be honest... It really looks like Charlie Day. Yeah, no, I guess this pass. Not that it makes any fucking difference. Oh, he's on a... Oh! That was a bit tasty. That was a bit of a tasty challenge. I've got to be honest, Scotland. Play fair. Play nice. Not even just, you know, a couple of seconds of injury time. Give me a chance. 4-3-3. That's what I've been missing. That's what I've been needing. This is what will lead me to victory now. Again, like, the way the slide tackles work, I'm very curious about. Ah, man. That was it. That was the one. I've got to be quicker getting the shot in. I'm trying to think, because this obviously doesn't look like it has any kind of multiplayer functionality. I'll have a look again on the main screen, but like, I actually don't know or remember. I'm not trying to fuck off. I don't remember if the Game Gear had like a link cable or something for multiplayer. Like the Game Boy obviously had the Link Boy cable. But you don't really remember that with the Game Gear, but you know, with the Game Gear in general. Fuck off! Jesus. I just want to throw the ball. I don't. Alright, that was like the first proper shot on target. Good job, Mark. Is that a corner? Holy shit. I think the song alone puts this above European Super League. That is about as much of a... I mean, it's... I don't know, it's kind of frustrating. Like, the AI in this is pretty violent. But it does look like Charlie Day, so it does have that going for it. It's a tough one. The ball physics are, you know, like, as soon as you hit the ground, it just kind of comes to a dead stop. But, like, the fact that I can't just, like, roll the ball... Oh, I can. What? Alright. Did I need to hold, like, forward and then press the button? Maybe that was how it was done. Oh, okay. So you can. Yeah, you did, Scotland. Yeah, you did. Good job. And straight back to the intro, the boot up screen. Alright. So can I just watch a match? Okay, link game. So you do have the options for 2-player. That's pretty cool. Alright. Let's Italy and Brazil. Why not? We'll just sit back and watch for a moment. Absolutely not necessary feature to have, but it is in there. You know, sometimes you don't want to play. Sometimes you just want to sit back, put the feet up, and watch a game of Tengen World Cup Soccer. And let's be honest, this is going to be far more enjoyable than watching me try to play it. Trying to think of the positives. Like sprite work, I think the presentation, you know, it looks playable. It probably looks way more playable than a bunch of games that are going to come out over the next couple of years that struggle with that adoption to 3D. You know, the sprites move really cleanly. They look distinguished as players. The animation's effective. The framing of the goal looks kind of proportionally makes sense. Having the lines on the pitch kind of help it to, like, if it had just been all been in green, I think that'd have been a bit jarring, a bit garish. Obviously, it has its limitations in terms of its modes and whatnot, but again, we're dealing with a fucking Game Gear game. It'd be nice if the movement of the ball had just been a little bit more looser. It feels really like you roll it along the ground, and it kind of comes to a halt really quickly, like the pitch is waterlogged. And you do have the issue, and to be honest, this is an issue that you're going to have with all of these games that don't use analog movement. Anytime you're dealing with like digital 8-way movement, you feel really restricted in terms of where you can pass or how you can pass the ball. And you know, this isn't the first game that is guilty of that, so it's kind of hard to make that complaint, because I imagine the bulk of the games that I'm going to be playing, actually, it kind of depends on the PlayStation, but I imagine a bulk of the PlayStation games might have this issue. But like N64 shouldn't, Dreamcast shouldn't, PS2 obviously won't. But definitely anything from this year is going to have that issue. I guess it's not that bad, is it? I definitely think my preconception going in is that it would be a lot worse than it actually is. And I imagine there's probably going to be like a bunch of like Game Boy handheld games that are going to be really, really rough. So you know what, this one's alright. This one's alright. Yeah, alright. Tengen World Cup Soccer. I have no idea like what the Game Gear has in terms of football options. Um, Maybe there's a couple of FIFA ports in there. I mean, you know, FIFA games pretty much appeared on any platform available, so there might be some FIFA ones on the Game Gear. There's probably a couple of Japanese entries that I don't know, but you know, I'll look into it and see. Um, so I have obviously nothing in that framework to put Tengen World Cup of Soccer up against. Ooh, where do we go with this? Where do we go with this? Better than European Super League. Sorry, European Super League, but you are what you are. I'd say it's better than Fever Pitch Soccer. Is it better than Mia Hamm Soccer 64? It's really interesting because like Mia Hamm, it's a really vanilla game, um, and it's got like 6 years on it. And this is where we try and get into like the perspective of thinking about the game from its time, its era. Obviously, the limitations of being a Game Gear game, and the restrictions that get put on that. And you always kind of go into it like if you're an N64 game, if you're from the fifth or sixth generation, you should know better. But again, we're still in the early era of 3D, and not everyone was able to nail that down. Um, I think I like Konami Soccer better. Like if we're looking at comparison, I think Konami Soccer I prefer how that played. So I might tuck it in between Konami Soccer and Mia Hamm Soccer 64. And it might just be because of the song, to be honest. Like that song was exceptional stuff. I think that's where I'm gonna go. I've made my mind. Actually, no, we want to. Yep. So there we go. Tengen World Cup Soccer, the sixth best game so far. Sorry, Mia Hamm. Virtua Striker still leading the way, which I feel like it might be doing for a while. That's 9 games down. So for our 10th one, we're going to be looking at. I was going to look in the last stream, but I didn't get around to because the emulator wasn't working. But we're going to be looking at 2010 FIFA World Cup South Africa, which is our second FIFA game. That this one was actually developed, like subcontracted out. It's a handheld game. It's usually the way. But we're going back into FIFA, and it's going to be our first jump onto the PSP. So I'm looking forward to that. So if you're on the stream, stick around. But if you're watching the video, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you for the next one.